We're gonna go over strength training for swimming, and we're gonna start right now. When we're talking about swimming, we have to understand all of the different principles that go into being a really elite level swimmer. We have to know what it takes coming off the blocks. We have to be really explosive. We have to be able to have that task-driven command to come off the blocks as rapidly as possible in a very short time frame. We also then have to get into the pool and have good posture. That good posture in the pool is gonna set up really high quality stroke power output, which is gonna help us have less strokes per lap, which in turn, ideally, will help us swim faster. We also have to understand there's no stretch shortening cycle. There is no stretch shortening cycle when we do a flip turn. We are gonna be doing a flip turn and there's minimal energy storage because of water displacement, okay? That's a key concept. A lot of coaches forget that doing stretch shortening cycle work like rapid plyometrics might not transfer really well over to flip turns. That's where we can still use them in training, but when we use them in training, we have to understand that they're gonna have a greater power output to the blocks than they will to actually coming off the wall. And then that leads us into understanding what are the key concepts behind holding good posture, behind having really high quality power output from our lats, from that entire good stroke, and how can we hold that good technique throughout the rest of that race. And that's going to lead us into those 4 key principles that are going to help you with your strength training for swimming. So that first key principle is going to be leg power development. So we want to focus on leg power development. How can we do this? We can do slow eccentric squats. We can do pause back squats. We can do walking lunges. We can do power cleans, hang power cleans. We can do power snatches. Think about Caleb Dressel. When Caleb Dressel comes off the blocks, it looks like he's about to hit his head on the flags. That's because he's doing things that have developed his leg power, okay? He also has a phenomenal start technique that everybody should be adopting. When we look at Caleb Dressel's training, he's doing power snatches, he's doing snatches, he's doing power cleans, he's doing full cleans, he's doing trap bar jumps, he's doing back squats. These are all different exercises that have helped him develop a ton of leg power output. That leg power is also gonna help with our kicking power, okay? So now if we're doing flutter kick or breaststroke kick or butterfly, we're gonna be able to have stronger hips. And even then when we get off the wall, we're gonna have better drive off the wall because of that leg power that we've developed in the weight room. So leg power is gonna improve our start, it's gonna help us with our flip turn, it's also gonna help us with our kicking stroke, which in turn is gonna help us propel further forward. That second key concept is going to be understanding dynamic trunk control and the role that it plays with posture in the pool. If we can hold good posture in the pool with a breaststroke or with butterfly, it's going to make it a little bit easier for us to cycle our upper body. So dynamic trunk control is having good core stability, having good back stability, and that in turn leads to better positioning in the water. If we have more core strength, that improves our dynamic trunk control. Think about a running back who's about to juke someone. They have incredible stability in their trunk, and that connects their hips into their abs, into their upper body. Now they can throw a better stiff arm. Think about Derrick Henry. Now, what does Derrick Henry throwing a stiff arm have to do with swimming? He has incredible trunk control, which enables him to have the stability as he's hitting someone to push them away. This is very similar to raising our hips in the water when we're doing the butterfly, when we're doing breaststroke, when we're crawl stroke, okay? That's gonna help us hold that better posture, and in turn, we're gonna have less leakage from our hips and from our glutes, and in turn, that's gonna transfer better into our upper body as we're swimming through the pool. So dynamic trunk control is absolutely imperative. That means doing things like Dane's fast abs, hanging leg raises, walrus. Walrus is a tremendous exercise that can transfer really well to swimmers, and that's that second key concept to help you with your strength training for swimming. That third key concept is going to be focusing on upper body strength. What is the limiting factor between men swimming faster than women? We have to look at it very simply. Physiologically, men swim faster because they have more muscle mass. That's how it works. Okay, they have more neurological ending, which then leads to better innervation of their muscular structure, okay? That's why men swim faster. So for women and men, if we can develop better upper body strength in our lats, okay? If we think about backstroke, breaststroke, we wanna focus on lat strength. We wanna do things like rope climb, sled pulls, dead hang pull-ups, muscle ups, These are tremendous exercises that are going to carry over to upper body strength. Even if we're looking at freestyle and again, breaststroke butterfly, we can even focus on the pecs here. Now, if we can create a more stable shoulder girdle, we're gonna have better performance from our shoulder, which in turn is gonna help us have greater power output with our stroke. So we wanna do things like pause dumbbell benches, seal rows, one arm rows, Duffin rows, dumbbell external rotation. These are exercises that are gonna improve our overall upper body strength and in turn lead to better power output. If we have better power output in the pool, now we have less energy used per stroke and we have less strokes used per lap. That leads to better times, okay? So we have to be training our upper body strength. Think about using something like a Miracle Grow. A Miracle Grow is going to train our dynamic trunk control. We're gonna be in this long overhead position. It's gonna target our triceps, our lats, our abs all together. And then in turn, as we squeeze and bring that dumbbell overhead, that's gonna be very similar to doing a breaststroke or doing a butterfly. This is where we can see things start to play over with special strength exercises and sport-specific movements. So we have to train that upper body strength if we want to become an elite swimmer. Now, before we get into that fourth key concept, if you need help with your swimming, click on the link down below, head over to peakstrength.app and you can pick up our app today, developed to help you have elite world-class strength training in your back pocket so that you can conquer the lanes when you're swimming. Now, that fourth key concept that you're gonna use is going to be improving strength endurance, okay? So one of the things that I will say is a lot of swim coaches overplay strength endurance. They're constantly focusing on endurance and they're forgetting about leg power, upper body strength, and dynamic trunk control. Upper body strength endurance is an absolutely imperative thing that we have to focus on, okay? So if we have someone who can do 10 muscle up and they can also do walrus while pulling a sled with a heavy weight, okay, and they have a ton of leg power output, we know they're extremely strong, we know they're extremely explosive. If we can take that same individual and they can hold 85 or 90% of that maximum over a long period of time, let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If we compare that to someone like myself who doesn't have a lot of strength endurance, that individual is gonna beat me in the pool, outside of the fact that I don't swim, but also because they have better strength endurance. They can hold a higher percentage later on in the race, and that's a key concept that we have to remember. Okay, with swimmers, we absolutely need to develop leg power output. We 100% need to focus on dynamic trunk control. That third key concept, focusing on improving their overall upper body strength, and that fourth key concept is enhancing their strength endurance properly. If we can do all four of these key things, in turn, we're gonna have a much better swimmer, and that is going to lead to that elite performance. So if you need help with your training, click on the link down below, head over to peakstrength.app, and you can pick up our app today to help you on your way to becoming a world-class swimmer. Until next time, guys, if you want to become a freak, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.